Hi everyone, 大家好. I have decided to give podcasts a try. Um, my name is Sadie. For the first 18 years of my life, I have been really obsessed with American culture. I love Taylor Swift. When I was like 14, I would spend my summers staying up all night just to watch The Flash, The Big Bang Theory, to binge watch all the sitcom I can. I think the first sitcom I've binge watched is Modern Family. So, and then I turned 18, and then I packed all my belongings into two really big suitcases, and then I moved to Seattle during COVID. And then I went to school in Seattle, and then I transferred to a school in California. And then I'm about to graduate. I already graduate college. I walked, but I still have some classes to do, so I'll be done after this summer, and I am free to do everything. So I'm also a comm major, and I also want to work in marketing and PR stuff. So I decided to do content creation. So while no one is hiring me, or when I'm not working for anyone right now, I feel like I want to just work on myself and try to see what can I do. And then one day I just decided to do it. I feel like this is something that I've always wanted to do, but there was just never really a right time. And I just don't think there's any time better than this one, because I am free to do whatever the fuck I want. So you need to choose. There's no excuse now. Everything you do is your consequences to bear. You need to choose wisely, and then I just decided to bet on myself. Besides podcast, I've been putting a lot of my fashion. I've been making a lot of videos about fashion, like trend analysts on my and posted on my Instagram. My Instagram is at Sadie, SADIE.STK. I've been talking about my life in America on threads and my blog on my Medium. I really wanted to try podcast because for the past 4 years I've been listening to this radio show in Hong Kong, and it's just sort of become a sense of comfort because my work allowed me to wear headphones all the time, so they don't care. So I would just spend work listening to radio, and it's awesome. It's just, there's also like this special feeling you have when you don't hear Cantonese as much, and you just listen to so much Cantonese in 2 hours. And then so I also love listening to Emma Chamberlain. I also found her podcast really relieving. I've found her like a celebrity talking about her own struggle. It makes me feel really relatable, and in a comforting way that other human being also worry about the stuff that I'm worrying about. That's great. That's great to know. So I kind of wanted to be the person to talk about my own struggle in a relatable way. Okay, so why would this podcast called Close Friend Story? It's because ever since I moved out of Hong Kong, I treated my Instagram Close Friend Story as a newsletter to my friends back home. I would talk about like a lot of basically I just tell them what the things that I've been doing, the people that I've been seeing, probably way too many stories about this one situationship. And I never, okay, how do I say this? Okay, I love my friends, but I don't think like anyone will just like read like not that many story, but like there were a lot of words that, it was like essay long. So I wasn't expecting any of my friends or like a lot of them will like read my story, but turns out a lot of them do, and then a lot of them found it funny and interesting, and someone suggested me to write a book, and I don't want to write a book. That's too much effort. I think that we don't have enough tree. I don't want to kill any more trees just to talk about my problems. So I would just like do a podcast, and I am by nature I am a yapper, so I'll be fine. Like I'm hoping I could profit from this. So yeah. On this podcast I think I would talk about like my fashion stuff. We talk about my thoughts on fashion. I think I want to talk about like books. I want to talk about culture. I want to talk about what books that changed my life. What books that what kind of rich books that make me question my identity as a woman, or like which TV show that I really geek about. Which movie that I really really like. I think I've always wanted to be like that person who, I'm not saying I want to be a film critic, but I just really like movies. So it's just like I want to talk about like how certain, like I want to talk about how like what movies means to me and why I think is special to me. And I want to talk about like which album I like, which singer I think is underrated, which one I think is overrated, but I appreciate them. Yeah. So I also want to talk about just like, the usual general girl stuff, the whole going through your 20s, the whole just like being a girl or a Gen Z, or yeah, just I think I'm just a very normal human being, and I just want to kind of share my story from my perspective. And what else? Oh yes, I would love to talk about grief when I'm emotionally stable. I think this is important. I think this is the subject that nobody is talking about it enough, and I think that I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I feel like I want to talk about it so that people can know that this is normal. So yeah, I think this is all. So I think this is a brief introduction. I've already have some ideas written down, waiting for me to record them. So I am looking forward to this. So yeah, this is exciting.